Hey everyone, hopefully this is set up okay. Hopefully you can hear me. Cool. Awesome. So, this is just a bit of a chill segment, you know, like a cool down at the end of the evening, and I'll be taking you to the end of the stream tonight. So, this is a Bob Ross segment. So I'm sure a lot of you will know of Bob Ross's videos. So we're going to do a little bit of a draw along to one of the paintings of his that I chose because it's cool. So I'm going, as you can see, I've got a little video window in my canvas. As you're probably aware, Bob Ross is a traditional artist, and as you can see from my Photoshop, I am a digital artist. So this is going to be a bit of fun trying to make the traditional techniques that he used to translate into digital. Yeah, so also if you want to paint along, no skill required, just, you know, do your best, enjoy yourself. Please do, and you can always send me your paintings at the end, either via the Warwick Tabletop Discord if you're in there, if you're a Warwick Tabletop member, or you can at me on Twitter, at Dover Buttocks. Yeah, so I think that's all of my summary. I think I'm ready to get going. Hope you guys are ready to get going too. So hopefully if I play this, you'll be able to hear Bob Ross.
Hi, welcome back. I'm glad you could join me today. You ready to do a fantastic little painting? Tell you what, let's start out and hammer on all the colors across the screen that you need to paint along with me. And as usual, they'll come across in the same order as I have them on the palette, starting with the white and working all the way around. Let's go on up to the canvas here. I've got my standard old 18 by 24 canvas up here, and it's all covered with liquid white, and it's ready to go. So let's get started. Today I'm going to start out with a touch of phthalo blue. Just a touch. It's very strong, very strong. And I'm going to reach up here and grab a touch of the midnight black and put in there. So now we have black and blue, or blue and black. Just tap it into the bristles. Okay, let's go right up here. Let's just build a happy little sky. And I'm just going to make little X's, little crisscross strokes, and work all the way across the canvas. Just keep going all the way across. And you can add a little more color as you need it. Now, by starting at the top, working all the way across and then working downward, your color will mix with the liquid white, and automatically, it'll get lighter and lighter toward the horizon. You don't have to do a thing. It'll work for you automatically. And in a landscape, you always want it to be lighter toward the horizon and darker on the top and bottom. That helps create that illusion of distance in your painting. Yeah, we can just blend it like so, like so. Okay. Then, very lightly, it just makes some long horizontal strokes.
Mine is so
take out all
all
the brush marks.
And go back in there.
Now then, tell you what, while we have this old dirty brush going, I'm going to go right back into my blue, back into the blue, and the black, same old colors. And let's have some water in this painting. I love to paint water. Water is so fantastic, and it's one of the easiest things to do in this technique. So start from the outside and pull inward. Start at the bottom and work up. That way, automatically, once again, it gets lighter and lighter toward the horizon. See? By pulling from the outside in, you don't have any strong edges here that you have to blend out. It's very soft. Very soft, and it works much better. A little more of the color on the brush. And we'll do the other side. Pull from the outside in. And I want to leave a little area open here. If everything works just right, it'll look just like a little sheen of light coming across the water.
Bob, you're too fast. I'm going to have to pause you real quick. Because my computer does not like these brushes. So we'll just catch up quickly. I downloaded these brushes earlier and didn't really have that much time to test them out, so let's grab that blender. Mm-hmm. Okay, you know, like as long as we blur the shit out of it, excuse my language, it should, you know, be fine. Which brush was I using earlier? Let's see if I can find it. So I need to add some, waves. So I'll go with this one. Maybe not. Alright, Bob, let's get started again.
You got your water in, and then very lightly, just grazing the canvas, just bring it all together. And your light area still remains in there. And as we work farther and farther into the painting, you'll see why that light area is so valuable. It becomes your good friend. All right, let's wash our brush. And we wash our brushes with odorless thinner, and I really recommend you use odorless thinner. You're going to be working by yourself. There's a screen in the bottom of the can that I scrub the brush against. It allows the solid materials to settle to the bottom. And we'll shake off the excess, and then just beat the devil. That's the most fun part of this whole technique. But if you do that in your living room, you're going to get run out in the yard. Let's build a happy little cloud today. We'll use a 1-inch brush. You can do it with a fan brush with a 2-inch. I'll just use a 1-inch. Be right back. Get a touch of bright red, just a touch. Pull quite a bit of color into the brush. Okay, let's go up here. Maybe there lives up here in the sky a happy little cloud that floats around and just has fun all day. See? Keep the brush moving. Keep the brush moving. Okay. Tight little circular strokes. And you have to make big decisions here. Where does your cloud live? If he lives right there, and just drop him in.
Let's see if I can find a nice.
And maybe he's got a friend.
Yeah, nice gentle.
There's his friend. Lives right there.
Nice gentle cloud brush.
Maybe this is a lady friend. There. See how easy that is? You can do it. You can do it.
That one isn't.
I get so many letters and stuff from people that they never believed that they could paint. And you wouldn't believe some of the pictures they send me of the paintings. My gosh,
it
really makes it all worthwhile.
This might not be good. Sorry, Bob, just pausing you quickly. Bit of a technical difficulty. This is a bit of a problem. My Photoshop has just decided it is time to die. So, what's it doing? I might have to force quit and restart because I did not save and Photoshop has crashed. Which is, you know, great when you're trying to stream. So sorry guys, I'll be with you in a sec. Ignore my desktop background. Yeah, big grip there. Photoshop doesn't crash often, but when it does, it really doesn't like me. So, okay, it's loading up. Oh, okay, it auto-saved. That is... I'm honestly shocked. Thanks, Photoshop. Good job. GG. And yeah, my background is indeed Huali. She's you know, a babe. I also want to be able to, ride a velociraptor into battle. Well, technically not a velociraptor, more like a Deinonychus. Velociraptors are tiny. Anyway, let's get back to the painting. I'm going to quickly catch up with where we were. I'm going to see if I can find a nicer brush. While that one wasn't so great. Do we want to wash? Ooh, a wash is nice. Ooh, yeah. That's some cloud business there. All right. All right, Bob. Time to unpause you. Let's go.
And young people, I have so many young friends. They are doing some of the most beautiful paintings you've ever seen. There we go. Well, I get to talk in here and I just put clouds all over the place.
Clouds are always something, but like...
Now with a clean, dry brush, be sure your brush is good and,
struggled
good and
with
dry.
A lot when
oh, tongue got over my teeth there and I couldn't see what I was saying. Okay, now I'm just going to blend the base of these clouds out. Little tiny circles.
Like,
tiny little circles. There you go. See? Just blend the base out.
About them too much.
Over here, blend it out a little bit. And then very lightly lift it up, fluff it.
Sorry, Bob, I can't lift it.
Isn't that a super nice, easy way to make a beautiful little cloud?
I can definitely fluff them.
That's traditional painter clouds used to give me a fit.
So poetically call it.
Now they're one of the easiest things there is to do. Look at there. See? Just very loose, fluffy. And you can make a happy little cloud. And we'll wash your brush one more time.
Ooh, that was not what I wanted it to do.
I just like to beat on that brush. That's where you take out all your frustrations. Let's build a mountain in this one. I lived in Alaska for over a dozen years, and I'm crazy about mountains. We'll take some black, some Prussian blue, some Van Dyke brown. Shoot, there's some lizard
we're cutting in a mountain.
Oh, we got them blue, black, brown, crimson. Looking for a good dark color. Cut us off a little roll of paint right on the edge of the knife, okay? Now then, decide where your mountain lives, and maybe in your world it lives right here. Push very firmly, and all you're worried about is the outside edge here. You could really care less what's going on inside this mountain. See? That's all you're looking for. And mountains are one of the most fun and educational things to paint, because it'll teach you how to make friends with this old knife. And this knife can do some of the most fantastic things imaginable. And it's like everything else, you have to make friends with it. Devote a little time to practice. Scrape off all the excess paint. Just really get in there. You can probably hear how hard I'm scraping. Just really get in there and scrape it out. You're not going to hurt the canvas. You're not going to hurt it. It's tough. It's really tough. Now we take the large brush, and I want to pull that color.
All right.
Because this canvas is wet, you can move the color. And we blend it out. If you can see the entire mountain, it's always more distinct at the top than it is at the bottom. Because of mist and pollution and all those things that break up and diffuse light. So by allowing it to just blend out on the base like this, that happens automatically. See, that mountain looks like it's just floating out there in the sky. Floating mountain, floating mountain. Okay, let's put some snow on the mountain. Now when you're doing this at home, maybe you don't want to have snow on it. Maybe you want to have rocks and stuff. Change the color. The white shows up much better for television. So I'm going to use white today. I'm going to put a touch of the, just a touch of the bright red in there. And I say touch because very quickly you can set your white on fire. Okay, cut across, and once again, we need that little roll of paint right out on the edge of the knife, okay? Now then, take the point of the knife, put it right up here on the point of your mountain. No pressure, no pressure, no pressure. Just let it float. Just let it float. And you want the paint to break. And by break, means have all these holes left in it. And you need a firm paint to do this. If you're using a paint that's thin or oily, you're going to probably become a mud mixer. And you're probably going to be upset with me. So be sure your paint is good and firm. It should be very dry. And then it'll do this. Okay? No pressure though. Absolutely no pressure. When I was teaching my son Steve to paint, I used to tell him just to pretend he was a whisper floating across the mountain. Little bit right there. Now then, I'm going to take some white. Let's use a little touch of the Prussian blue. White and a little touch of Prussian blue. Doesn't take much of that Prussian blue. Boy, it's strong. Boy, it is strong. One tube in the ocean would change the color.
So light blue now.
Okay. Pull it out very flat. Once again, cut across and get our little roll of paint. We need that.
A little bit of
Now
paint.
then, notice here that all the angles are going basically in the same direction, all the highlight angles. Now then, when we start putting the shadows on, they'll go in the opposing or opposite angle. See? And that makes those highlights just pop out. Now, if you want this little peak to be in the background, put that shadow in first. Then when you come here, bring this one distinctly through. And that easy. That easy, you pushed the mountain back. I told you had a lot of power here. See, we'll put a little touch right in there. This peak right there needs its own little shadow. There we go. And let that paint break. It's a very delicate touch. Very delicate touch. And you sort of work it back and forth. Redefining firm edges. Maybe that comes on out. Right on around. When you're practicing, get an old canvas or something and just paint mountain after mountain. It'll teach you control, teach you how to make some of these fantastic effects. Okay? Good clean dry brush. I want to again create the illusion of mist down here. So very gently, following the angles in the mountain. Always following those angles. Just tap. Be sure your brush is clean and dry. Then lightly, just 2 hairs and some air. Lift upward. 2 hairs and some air. Boy, that is light. Just barely grazing the canvas. Over here, follow these angles. And same thing, lift upward. But just on the base. Let me show you a little trick. Maybe you want to show another range of mountains right in front here. Okay? Watch here. Watch here, watch here. Let's start off and put a little highlight on there.
Another cheeky peek.
See there? There it goes. Maybe, who knows, maybe in your world, maybe there's a bump. There's right there. All you have to do, make a decision and drop it in. Because you can do anything on this canvas. Anything that you want to do. That easy. But now we need a shadow. Watch right here. See, this makes no sense until you slip back in here and put a happy little shadow right in there. See, then bloop, just jumps right up there. All right, here we go. Just like that. See, every highlight needs its own shadow or it won't come out and play with you. All right, and a couple here and there. Okay, now then, clean dry brush, and we'll put some mist at the base of this little mountain. But see how you can put another mountain right in front of that one? That easy.
Mohawk.
That easy. I told you had power.
Well, actually, I can't say there isn't a Bob Ross brush yet. If there is, I don't have it. I'm currently using Carl T. Webster's brushes.
Okay.
I got them before he went
Okay, let's have some fun.
Photoshop
We'll just keep that same old mountain color we got here. That was black, Prussian blues, and Van Dyke brown, some crimson. And I'll add a little touch of sap green to it.
No, his brushes are great, but I
Just
haven't
a little
actually
bit of
tried them
sap
out
green.
on this laptop
So we have
yet,
a very dark
because,
color. Okay.
I haven't
Clean
done
off
any
my knife.
background painting recently at all.
Let me reach over here. Today, let's use a 1-inch brush. I'm gonna go right into that color.
Mostly just haven't had
Just
time.
tap a little color in there. Let's go right down at the base of this mountain, and maybe down in here. There's some little trees and bushes that live right down in here. Just push,
what are we doing
then
now?
brush upward. Push it. That makes all those little things just happen. That easy. There they go. There's another one. Wherever you want them to be.
Is this a tree line?
Okay.
Guess it must be.
There. Ooh, looks like I've got one heck of a mess there. Let me show you though. See now, one of the things used to drive me crazy when I was traditional painting was reflections. Watch how easy. Just grab that and pull it down. Because the canvas is wet, the paint will move, and reflections can be made that easy. Pull straight down and then go lightly across, just enough to distort it a little. That easy. Instant reflections. Instant reflections. Now let's put some highlights on there. I'll dip a 1-inch brush into a touch of just a touch of the liquid white. We'll go through some yellow. Reach up here and grab some sap green. Okay, a lot of paint. Let's go right up in here. Now then, let's just come right in here, and we'll throw some beautiful little highlights on these, and we'll sort of vary the colors, and I'll hit a little ochre, a little Indian yellow here and there, maybe even a little touch of bright red.
Okay.
See, now while you have this on the brush, we can reflect some of it right down into the water. Shoot, we're having so much fun with reflections here. Why not keep them going? It's another little bush. Let him reflect right into the water. Right into the water. Maybe this one right here. Ooh, that's a pretty one. Reflect him down into the water. Another one right there. Wherever you think they should live. See, then you can go in and push the brush upward. Just see there? Isn't that super? And just make all kinds of happy little things. A little bit right down in there. Now then, back to the 2-inch brush, and 2 hairs and some air again, very lightly. Just caress it. Make love to it. Straight down, and very lightly go across. Very lightly.
Okay, and then we gotta.
And that's a super way to make those mirror reflections, and it's easy. It's easy. I'm gonna take a touch of the liquid white to that. We'll add a little bit of brown, a little bit of the dark sienna. Pull it out very flat, and then cut across it. Okay, let's go up here. Now with that, I'll reach right in here and use a firm pressure. And let's just cut in a little water line. You really get tough with it. Cut it right into the fabric. Just really cut it.
Makeup brushes. Look, even show up that small.
There. See there? Isn't that easy? And put a little ripple here and there if you want it. That's sort of up to you. Now keep these water lines and ripples basically straight. If they're not straight, your water will look like it's going to run right out of your painting on the floor and get the floor wet. We don't want that to happen. Okay, I'm going right back to the 1-inch brush into the dark color. Very dark color. Pull the brush.
Oh, we're going dark again.
A lot of paint. Give it a wiggle. We're trying to make a sharp chisel edge. See how sharp that brush is?
Mine's a tad wonky.
Very sharp. Takes a lot of paint on the bristles to hold it together. Okay, now then, maybe there lives in our world
new
right
layer.
here
Oh, we're doing trees
a happy
now.
little evergreen tree. And we start off by just making a line,
Like
and just using the corner of the brush. See there? And you can do this with a 2-inch brush or the fan brush. Fan brush makes a nice delicate brush. 1-inch brush, anything. There, okay. Between each tree, bring it back to a nice sharp chisel edge, very sharp.
So the tree.
Just the corner of the brush. As you work down the tree, add more and more pressure. And you're using more of the brush. But the angle that you hold the brush is basically the same through the entire tree. It's just that you're adding more and more pressure so it pushes, bends the brush.
Okay.
Okay, I tell you what.
This brush is weird.
I tell you what, let's have one more right there. Right there. You had two trees there. Sooner or later, you'd have a third one. You know how them little rascals are. You got to watch them. There. Okay, now maybe under here, something lives. Little bushes and stuff live right out here. Just push them in. Just push. Push the brush upward. Now, one thing you want to avoid, don't let the brush slide. If the brush slides, watch, if it slides, you're going to get that kind of effect. Don't let it slide. Push it, bend it. Okay, now, let's put a little bit of that down here. We'll have some reflections in this water. I like reflections.
A bit messy.
But isn't that the nicest way you've ever seen to make reflections? There. Tell you what. Shoot, we don't want this other side to get left out while I have the old brush dirty here. Let's go over on the other side. I'll reload the brush the same way, bringing it to a nice sharp chisel edge. All right, let's go back up here. Maybe we'll have a big evergreen that lives right here. Just the corner of the brush, back and forth. Had a lady in class one time, and she called these Z trees, like Zorro. And that's sort of a good analogy, sort of just back and forth. Back and forth. Well, I traveled and taught for many, many years and met some of the most fantastic people in the country. And I still correspond with a lot of them. And you can't believe some of the paintings people are doing now after taking a class and a couple of years of practice. It's just unreal. We have several people that have literally quit their job and they went into painting full time. And now they're happier. Painting makes you happy.
Thank you, Benji, for the compliment.
Don't think you'd be sad and do this. Shoot, let's have another little bush that's right here. Like so. I've got too old and tired. I don't do much traveling and teaching anymore. We have a staff of teachers that travel and teach now. And they're fantastic. They are fantastic. See, same old color here.
Alright,
same color. Just pop in some little things wherever you want them. If I'm not careful, I'm going to cover up the whole canvas. Okay.
This is some kind of land. This is the land. Maybe I should have pulled up the picture of the painting just as well.
Now then, let's go back to the 2-inch brush. Decide where reflection and land meet here, and grab it and pull straight down. It's important you pull straight down. You don't want your reflections to be all crookedy.
Texture to it, though.
Okay, and lightly go across.
Okay.
See? Over here, make the same decision. Where do you want this one to be? Right there. Right there. Right there. And pulling down. Anything you don't like, you just turn it into reflections. That easy. We don't make mistakes. Shoot, we have happy accidents. Now I'm going to take a little bit of the dark sienna, put a little white into it, pull that paint out as flat as I can get it, and cut across. And once again, we have that small little roll of paint. Okay, let's go right up here to this old evergreen tree. We'll just put the indication here and there, little trunk in there.
Okay.
Like so. Same thing on the other side. There we go, just wherever you think they should be. And you won't see the whole trunk, so just here and there. You can also just take and scrape through and make all kind of little bushes and sticks and twigs. And people will think you spent a lot of time putting them rascals in. And don't you tell them any different, that's our secret.
I need to add some light.
All right, I'm going to take some yellow. I'm going to reach up here and grab a little bit of black. Black and yellow make a beautiful, beautiful dark green. Pull that brush in one direction. Okay, now then, let's just begin popping in some little highlights on these trees.
Now
Think about the individual limbs that live in this tree. Don't just throw these on at random. I know sometimes it looks that way, but sort of think like a tree. There we go. Pick up a little bit of the yellow ochre, and we can begin reflecting this right into the water. If your paint won't stick, if you have trouble making it stick, add the least little touch of paint thinner or a little bit of the liquid white.
If my paint won't
Either
stick
one.
digitally.
But work in layers, doing the bush or the tree that's the farthest away and coming forward. See how you can create the illusion of distance and depth? That easy. That easy. There's another one. There's a
Sorry,
sparkler there.
Benji.
Pretty
Maybe
little
I
devil.
should turn myself
Like
up in comparison to Bob Ross.
Like him.
Though,
There.
not sure.
See these
Because
little,
I am at
these little things
max
are
on
real to me.
OBS. Maybe I just like talk
Somebody wrote me a letter and said,
really
"Guys, you
close
refer
to the
these things like they're
microphone.
real people. They have arms and
Oh,
legs. And,
I'm losing track. My trees.
you know, you have to be
good
a little
God, you
weird to
did
be
a
a
lot.
painter, so they're real to me. These are my friends. All right. Tell you what, let's go on the other side. Same thing. Same thing. Let's put some happy little bushes and trees and... Oh, that's a nice one. See, and there's nothing wrong with making friends with nature. Nothing wrong with it. One day nature's going to take over again and you're going to need a friend. There. Just get a touch of the bright red and maybe... Ooh, there's a pretty one. Look at that son of a gun shine. Right up in there. There we go. Another one. Once again, though, we're layering these. So it creates that illusion of distance.
Colors.
And we can reflect some of that right into the water. See how easy it is to make some of the most striking reflections. And if you're out selling paintings, boy, this will sell your painting.
You've got to do the reflection.
People love these little reflections. Now pull straight down, very light.
Sure
Very,
smudge these
very light. I mean, just
he does.
ooh, one hair and some air. Okay, now then, let's take a little bit of Van Dyke brown on the knife. We need some land for all this to settle. Don't want it to fall over in the water and make a big splash. Don't want your tree to drown. You just made friends with him. There. See there? And maybe right up in here. Look at that. Look at that. Now think about the lay of the land and pull this just like it was real. Just give it a pull because water normally sets in a recessed area, so you want this to have the impression it's lower. So I'll take some dark sienna, a little Van Dyke brown, a little white, and let's come right in here and put a few little highlights on this. See there? Make it look like rocks and stones and all kinds of little things. That easy. But angles are very
I
important.
really love the way he does this.
A little bit of the liquid white.
Filling in the multiple
And we
colors.
drop in just some little water lines under here, just like we did in the background.
To define
Just
where
cut
the
'em in.
land is, like, it's really good.
Follow along the other side. See there? And we'll take this old brush. I'm just going to put a few highlights. Old clock on the wall tells me it's about time to go for today. So as I finish up this tree here, I'd like to wish you happy painting. God bless, and I'll see you next time.
Oh wow, is that it? Is that the end? I'm gonna spend another couple of minutes cleaning up mine a bit more. A bit messier compared to Bob's one, so yeah. If you just kind of stick with me while I'll pause on. Oh no, playback's gone.
Hi, welcome back. I'm glad you could join me.
Just
Make it
gonna
look like
try
you're
and pause it on a
And
nice.
happy painting, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, there we go. Alright, there's our reference image. We can go back and do a little bit of work on these trees because they were a bit rushed. Just, painting some happy little trees. Ooh, that wasn't the goodest. We can do a little bit of... Ooh, this is the wrong brush for flag layers, maybe? Yeah, Bob is indeed an incredibly fast painter. Like, how on earth? Alright, I think we'll leave this particular painting there. However, I do have another one queued up. So to take us to the end of this evening, I'll grab another video.
Hello, and welcome back. Glad you could join me today. I hope you've got your palette set up.
Thanks, Bob.
All
right. 1 sec to set up a new canvas. No, that was not what I wanted. Alright, I haven't watched this video at all. I literally just grabbed it off of...
Today I thought we'd do a little painting. It's just a lot of fun, and I really think you'll enjoy it. I'm going to have them graphically run all the colors across the
my
screen that
partner's
we'll need to do the
Plex
project
server,
today.
which now has
These
every
colors will
single
come across your
Bob
screen
Ross
in the same
episode
order
on it.
that I have them on my palette, starting with a white and working across.
After I requested
So,
one video.
let's get started.
So
I'm going to start out today with a little bit of alizarin crimson on the large brush. Take a small amount of paint out
I'm starting with red.
and tap it into the bristles. This assures a nice even distribution of paint all through the brush. Now, use very little paint. I'm going to put this in the sky, and I don't want to set the sky on fire. All I want to do is put a little pinkish glow into it. Okay, let's go up to the canvas here.
All right.
Now, let's start right in here, and we make little X's, little crisscross. Now, the canvas has already been covered with magic white, good and wet and slick, and ready to go. It's very easy to add more color, but it's the son of a gun to try to take it off. So if you want more color, just pick it up and put it on. But start with very, very little color. I'll add a little tiny bit more right in here. There we go. Now, while I've got that on the brush, maybe
paintbrushes don't
I'll come
behave
right
the
down
same
in here
way.
with a little. Without cleaning the brush, I'm going to go right into a small amount of Prussian blue. Now, the Prussian blue is very, very strong. Be careful with it. Little crisscross. It will consume your crimson in a heartbeat, so be careful with it. Very little Prussian blue. So, so strong. And once again, you can always add a little more if you want it, but it's hard to take it off. If you ever do need to take it off, you can take a clean, dry brush and go over it, and it'll pick up paint. Or if worse comes to worse, if it's really bad, you can take a paper towel or a clean rag and just wipe the canvas down and start over. Because at this point, you really haven't invested a lot of time or energy into your painting. Okay. And maybe I'll put just a tiny bit of blue right here. Don't want much, just a little. Maybe there'll be a little water right there. We'll make that decision later. And I'm going to clean the brush. And we clean the brush with odorless paint thinner. And there's a screen in the bottom of my can. Hey! And we scrub the brush against the screen, and that takes the paint off and allows the solid material to settle to the bottom of the can, and it doesn't contaminate all your paint thinner. Okay, there we go. Gives us a nice little sky very quickly, very simply. A lot of fun. Let's go. Get us a big old fan brush. I'm going to go into the titanium white and load a lot of paint onto your brush.
Ooh,
a lot of paint. Pull it through there. And I'm going to pick up a small amount of permanent red. Just a little bit. It's very, very strong. Okay, look at all the paints on that brush. There, let's go up to the canvas now. Let's build a happy little cloud, and maybe he lives
okay. Doing
right here.
clouds.
Now, I'm just using the corner of the
little
brush,
clouds.
making tiny little circles.
Got it in there.
Tiny little circles. Get a little more paint on my brush. You're looking for areas that have a lot of paint, areas that have virtually no paint, thick, thin. Some areas you don't want to put anything on, so it'll turn out to be your shadows. Now with a large brush, I'm going to gently blend this out. Just blend it. Little tiny circles. Tiny little circles. There we go. And fluff it. Just grab it, fluff it up. And then very gently blend it all together. See, isn't that easy? It's a super way to make fantastic little clouds. Very easy. Clouds used to give me a fit until I found out how easy they were to make.
Sorry, I'm not talking much on this
There
one.
we
I'm
go.
trying to keep up this
This
time.
comes right on, wherever you want it. Wherever.
More clouds? All right.
Still just titanium white. Okay, now we'll take our big brush again and do the same thing. Blend the bottom out. We're not touching the top edge of the cloud yet at all. And don't overwork it. Probably the biggest mistake made is overworking it. And you work it till it's dead. Then you have a big old cotton ball laying up there in the sky. Now, very gently, very gently. All you're doing is grazing.
Sorry, I was just reading some of the comments on Twitch.
Barely
Cheating
across.
in my stream.
Okay, and that's how we make a little cloud. And there's many, many ways of making clouds. This is probably one of the simplest and most effective. Okay. Got to make some decisions now. What are we going to have in here? Maybe we'll put a little mountain over here. And let's take some Prussian blue, some Van Dyke brown, and a little bit of alizarin crimson. And mix them all together. Pick your paint up and turn it over. That assures that you'll mix it all. Otherwise, you won't mix what's against the palette. So pick it up and turn it over, like so. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit of paint on the knife. Let's go right up here. Maybe there's a little mountain that lives right here.
Oh, wow.
And we're really, really pushing this paint into the fabric. Just like you're trying to push it right through the canvas. Now, one of the questions that I hear quite frequently is, do I always use a stretch canvas? I always do use a stretch canvas. If you use a canvas board, it will absorb your magic white, and very rapidly you're working on a dry canvas. It creates unbelievable problems. I always use a canvas that is double primed, has 2 coats of primer on it. And that way the magic white will stay wet for extended periods of time, and that's what you're looking for. Because maybe you won't finish the painting today and you want to come back tomorrow and work on it. Some people don't paint quite as fast as I do, and they want to come back and work on it. So your magic white will stay wet for several days. Okay, we'll pull out, this is just titanium white, and let's put a little bit of snow up here on this mountain. Barely touching, barely touching. Just a whisper.
All right, got to change brush for
Just let that knife literally float across the canvas. Maybe there's a little peak right there. That may be in the background. And you can make these as wide or as small as you want them. Just keep building them. It's your mountain, so you do whatever you want to with it. It's your mountain. Okay, I'm going to take a little Prussian blue and white, just blue and white, and we'll make a shadow color. Okay, pull your paint out flat and then cut across. So you have a small roll of paint right on the edge of the knife. Okay, let's go up to the canvas, touch, and just barely touch it, and follow the angle. Now, notice the angle's opposite of the highlight. Highlight goes in one direction, shadow in the other. Very, very simple way to make little mountains that are very effective and beautiful. Okay, and you need these shadows. The shadows, that's what separates these. If you don't have the shadows in the right places, then your mountains won't look right. And every highlight needs its own private shadow. If it doesn't have a shadow, it just lays there. You need that shadow to push it up and to make it an individual. Okay. Now let's make some mist on the bottom of this mountain. And for that, we'll use just a clean, dry 2.5-inch brush. And just tap. Follow the angles in your mountain. Always follow those angles. Mountains are nothing but geometric shapes. They're games of angles. Study the angles. There. Now we lift upward. This removes the tap marks and creates beautiful, soft mist. That easy. I told you could do it. There we go. Okay, well, let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. Now we got us a nice little mountain in the background, some beautiful clouds. So, let's have some fun. I'm going to go right into, there's some sap green. This is the mountain color, so this is Van Dyke brown, Prussian blue.
Yeah,
sap green, and we'll throw some crimson in
it's quite a bristly one. Bristly brush.
A lot of paint on the brush. Pull that brush through the paint. Bend it. Load a lot of paint.
Doesn't 100%
Look at how it looks.
emulate it. What Bob
Okay,
Ross
we're
is
going to put
doing,
that rounded
but,
corner
you
to
know,
the top when we
trying
touch the
best.
canvas. There.
What's
See
he
it
doing
very
now?
well. Okay, let's go up here.
Is this tree time?
Maybe You got to
Feel
make some
like it's
decisions.
tree time.
Maybe. Right there.
Oh.
Right there lives a tree.
Oh God.
There he is. And this is just background, so you're not really concerned about anything except just basic shapes. There we go. Just wherever you think there ought to be a tree. That's exactly where there ought to be a tree. Okay.
Ah, this brush isn't
Maybe.
good for this kind of work.
There.
Which one was I using?
Start thinking about the general lay of the land here. Maybe this is going to be coming downhill, so start planning that. And wherever you want a tree, drop him in. And we can begin working on all kinds of little basic shapes here. But you're still paying attention to the general lay of the land. Maybe right there, there's a nice bigger bush.
Issue is when
Push
you
that
use
mountain back
these.
a little further. Now you don't, when you're putting this in,
Yeah,
you don't
he
wanna-
did very
you don't wanna
much
kill
tree the canvas.
the misty area
yeah,
between the mountain and your background. If you
yeah,
kill
my
this
issue
misty
is,
area,
unlike
it's going
in
to
real
pull
life,
that mountain
if you
right
make
up
the
against
size
this.
of the
And you
brushes
want to keep some
larger
distance there and make the mountain look like
fancy
it's far,
brushes,
far
it,
away. So
adds a
leave this
bit of
misty
lag.
area. It's very, very important to you. Leave that. Okay, let me just go on here and drop in a little bit more of this background. This is a super way just to practice too, is to really have nothing in your mind except a time of day and a time of year. And hit the canvas. Just let something happen. Bring it out of here. You don't have to trace and draw all these pictures on there. It's in here. All you have to do is let it out and put it on that canvas. Now, maybe we're going to have a little pond right here. Watch how easy it is to make a reflection. Let's go right in here. All we do is grab that and pull down.
Oh.
We want the pond to reflect the color that's around it. So all you do is pick up some of this background color and pull down. That easy. Reflections are one of the most fantastic things to do in this technique because the canvas is wet with the magic white. Oh, son of a gun. You can make unbelievable reflections. Now these lines should be straight across. Go straight across with them. Don't want the water to run out on the floor.
Super regrets not doing this on a
Okay.
different layer so that I
Now
can
then.
motion blur it.
Let's put a few little trunks here and there. We'll use a knife
Maybe I
today. I'll
can.
take some burnt umber, a little bit of white in it, pull it out very flat, cut across so we got that small roll of paint
Let's go
right
with that.
out on the edge of the knife there. There you can see it, just a tiny bit, okay? Now, all you got to do is touch the canvas, and the canvas will pull off what it wants. If your trunk needs to be wider, pull it to the side a little bit. But most of the time, all you have to do is just touch.
Yeah.
And if you don't overmix your paint, then it'll be marbled.
Select that.
And all kinds of beautiful little things will happen automatically. You don't have to worry about it. You could sit and mix up a dozen different colors, or you can mix your paint marbly and let it happen. Just let it happen. We learn to use everything that happens. You know, that's what's so much fun about this. We talk about we don't make mistakes. We have happy accident. And that's true. There's nothing that you can't fix very easily. Now let's put some highlights on this. And I'll get a 1-inch brush. And let's go into a little bit of cad yellow. And some sap green. There.
What's going on now?
Okay, pull that brush through that
That's a
paint.
very bright yellow.
Pull it through.
I'm
a lot of paint.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm going to hold it up here and let you look at it. See? A lot of paint. There we go. Let's go up here.
The enemy is
Maybe
screaming
there's a nice,
right now.
beautiful green bush that lives right here. Touch.
Oh
Just give
God,
it a
what's he
little push.
doing?
Gentle push. I know sometimes. it
Oh
looks
my
like
God, that's so
taking a
yellow.
running start across the room and socking that canvas hard.
Ah.
It's a gentle touch. It's just that sometimes I do it very rapidly and it looks like I'm pushing very hard. But it's a very light touch. Okay? Now we're going to a little Indian yellow. And maybe there's a happy little bush. It's right there. And we'll reflect a little bit of that down into the water. Add a little paint thinner onto my brush to thin the paint. And let's take a little burn umber and put right in with the yellow. Make a nice brownish color here. Beautiful. So we got cad yellow and burn umber. Okay, let's go back up here. Maybe, there he is. Just have to look around and find him. There's another little tree back here. And let them get darker and darker, darker as you work down. Let's throw in a little permanent red. Shoot, we'll brighten this son of a gun up and make it stand up here and talk.
Ooh. Oh, we're really going for it.
Don't kill all your dark areas.
Trees.
They're important too. And layer these so it helps create the illusion of depth in your painting. Here I'm using the brush sideways.
I don't know whether you guys can
Just
hear
push
me
up.
tapping the pen furiously.
That's all there is to it. Okay, I'm going to get a little more paint thinner. A little more of the sap green. And we'll very quickly just drop in some beautiful little leaves up here on these. If you have trouble making your paint stick, add a little magic white or paint thinner to it. Remember our golden rule, a thin paint will stick to a thick paint. So this first layer of paint that we put on the canvas is very, very thick, very thick. Good test for your paint. Take the top off and squeeze it. The paint should stand up, about 3/4 of an inch above the tube without falling over. That's the way you can tell if it's strong enough to do this method. If oil runs out of it or if it's soft and creamy, it probably will not work for this method. This really depends on a firm paint, so you can stick these thinner paints on top of it. There. Okay, maybe. There's another one. Just wherever you want these, you drop them in. Let them happen. Okay, let's start putting some land masses in here and some reflections and all the beautiful little things. Let's do the reflections here. Now, reflections happen so nice. Watch what happens with this big brush. Gently,
Oh, God.
gently pull down. Just barely touching the canvas. Oh, such a soft touch. Now, lightly go across. This is how you make the beautiful mirror reflections. See there? It's that easy. Okay. Tell you what, today, let's do something a little different. Let's use a fan brush. And I'm just going to go right into some Van Dyke Brown, some burnt umber, just mix them up on the brush. And let's just go up here and let's just scrub in some basic land areas here. Just use the old brush, scrub it. All we're doing is putting a nice dark base color. And you got to figure out where your water's going to be. Now go right into some white, a little touch of blue.
Right, gotta do the ground.
And there was brown on the brush already,
Dark
so we
brown.
got, and look, see, you can see how all the different colors are loaded on that brush. There's brown in deep, and there's lighter colors on the end. Okay, let's go right up here. Now all we got to do is just touch. And just, you don't want to kill all your dark now. You worked very hard to put that dark on there. Don't kill it all. Just want to put some little highlights here and there. And just let that little brush play and bounce. And fan brush is a fantastic brush. But you got to make friends with it. It's got to be your good buddy. Yeah, just wherever you want these. It's your world. Your world. Okay, I'm going to take another fan brush. Now I have several fan brushes going here, so I don't have to wash them continually. A little magic white on my brush. We'll go right into some cad yellow. And I'm going to grab a little green, bring down here. A little red. Just mix all these different
the
colors
yellow
on the
again.
brush. Look
It's
at all
back.
the paint on there. Son of a gun. But they're all mixed on the brush. Now you can take and touch, push, and bend it upward and build in all kinds of little grassy areas wherever you want them. Follow the lay of the land. Most important. You don't want to kill all these nice little things that you made with your fan brush here. Don't want to kill them all. Okay, let's go back. I'll tell you what, I'm going to get this old big brush. Great big brush. Van Dyke brown, some sap green, a little bit of Prussian blue. There's some crimson, whatever. Just pull it through that paint. Load it full. Okay, let's go right up here. Now you got to make some more decisions. What lives right about here? There it is. Big tree lives right there.
This
You knew
is
that,
not
didn't you?
translating well, this grass.
Right over that mountain. You worked so hard on that corner. There, maybe. Comes right down through there. Whatever. Wherever you want. You know, we try to give you ideas here. These paintings should be used as guides. And at home, let your imagination go crazy. You really don't have to copy. All you have to do is see how it's done. We really just try to teach you how the method works, what you paint. Oh my gosh, that's as individual and as different as people are. All right. Gives us a nice background. We can go in here and drop in some color now. Back to my 1-inch brush. Little Indian yellow, yellow ochre, cad yellow, permanent red. They're just all mixed right here on the brush. There we go. All right. Touch. Barely touching the canvas here. Barely touching the canvas. Let all these things happen. I'll tell you what, we'll add a little more green to that. There we go. Put in some beautiful little green bushes right here. Wherever you want them. Whatever you want. I'm just varying color now. We're just going from the permanent red to the Indian yellow, yellow ochre, and back and forth. Whatever makes you happy. There we go. Just go
Christ,
right there.
I've been left behind.
Once again, if your paint doesn't stick, add a little paint thinner. Ooh, there's a nice bright red one. Shining out there in the sun. And feel free at home to change color. Use any color that you want. Okay, I'm going back
That's some,
and get my
that's some pretty
fan
extreme
brush.
red.
And we'll pick up some more of this dark color. And let's go in here. Let's just lay in some little things happening here and there. Just here and there, wherever you want them.
Yeah. See, the issue
Just
is
like
I
so.
haven't painted up high enough. So let's
And then we had
extend
a little bit of the highlight color.
these brushes a tiny
We can go back in here and just gently drop some of these
bit.
things
Land
in.
at the bottom.
Maybe there's a little stone lives right there. Just a few little highlights. Maybe there's another little stone. See how that little fan brush just makes all kinds of fantastic little things. So simple. Just let it happen. Then we can drop some little grassy areas coming down in here. Follow the lay of the land. There we go. Wherever you want them to go. Let's go over here. There comes one. Sneaking out behind that stone. Okay, good. Tell you what, let's do. Let's go right into some Van Dyke brown. And let's build a happy little tree. He lives right there. Right there. And what kind of tree? Let's make a birch tree today.
Oh God, what's happening now?
A lot of fun and very striking.
We're gaining a giant tree.
And they usually grow in clumps. So
I'm not
real
ready for
good.
this.
Give him a little friend right there. And you can make as many birch trees as you want. Just want to show you how. Okay, now we need a little bit of white to highlight him. Touch. Give it a little pull. Yep.
All right,
That's all there is to it.
time to do more tree.
Just give it a little pull. Like that. Okay. Now let's just put a few little limbs here and there. Just some indications. Now you could also do this with a liner brush. Would work just as well. Just here and there. Maybe this one runs right across wherever you want it to go. And I'm going to take the 1-inch brush, some sap green, some yellow. Okay, we'll put a little paint thinner so that's very thin. Let's go up here and just very gently, barely touching here, laying a few little leaf indications. Just barely touching. And I hope you've enjoyed this painting. It's a lot of fun.
Oh God, is he
I'll
finishing?
teach you how to use a lot of the equipment.
This is the end.
There. Okay, I think we'll call that one finished. And until next time, from all of us here, happy painting.
All right, let's get a nice pause of that while I quickly finish off. This painting's a bit of a tree mess, for sure. I honestly prefer it without the lost trees, but you know. Thanks, Benji. Sadly, I cannot have an argument with Bob Ross. All right. It is a bit messy. Might see if I can blur out a bit of the background a bit better. his is definitely a bit more like green than mine ended up being. Yeah, later autumn, definitely. I like how it started, like, especially in mine, it started like, candy pink clouds because of the blending and stuff, and then got very orange. Yeah, so I'm not gonna start up another Bob Ross. It's a bit late for that. We are finishing about 15 minutes early, but it's almost 1 a.m. and I'm sure a lot of you would like to go to bed at this point. So thank you for watching this Bob Ross segment. I don't know whether I have any don't know whether okay we've got I can see one person has okay. Oh, there's a couple. All right, I'll do a quick showcase. Let's I'll drag these over to my second monitor and hope they capture okay. Yeah, so this one that's in this window was done by sorry, I'm like trying to multitask. This one was done by Jamie or Mohike on Discord slash in Twitch. So yeah, love the colours on that one. I like how bold your mountains are as well. It's good. Pull up a couple of others. So this one wasn't from this stream. This is from Alex, who ran our Adventuring with Pride earlier, or Alex or Dictionary in the Discord and on Twitch probably. So this one, he says, is from season 1, episode 6. I really like how dramatic this one is in black and white. Gotta love a nice dramatic landscape. Love the clouds. So good. So next one. So this is from Blixter53 on the Tabletop Discord. Yeah. No, I love I love how fluffy the clouds are. You've really fluffed your clouds, as Bob Ross would say. And to do that with just a mouse, my God, I must say I'm proud. I do not have the patience for mouse drawing. I've seen a few artists that I've followed do like amazing mouse drawings, and I'm like, how do you have the patience for that? So yeah, for mouse, amazing. And then same person, Blixter53 on the Discord for those. Actually, this is our private Tabletop Radio Discord. So, but yeah, this is the second one. So yeah, I love that little mountain in the back. That's good. Has anyone else got? I think that's all the ones that I can find that I've been sent. I don't know about Twitter. I have not been looking at it. I only have so many monitors. Take a quick peek, see if anyone's messaged me on there. Doesn't look like it. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me, guys, and thank you for tuning in to Tabletop. Oh, okay. Anakin, I see I see your comments. Yeah, Bob Ross is a very fast painter. Yeah. I mean, if you get it done tomorrow, we can definitely showcase it in the interludes. So, you know. Also, we could definitely put these in the newsletter next week. So, yeah. Yeah, thanks everyone for joining in. I hope you had some fun with Bob Ross. So yeah, that's it for today. However, we have another full 13 hours for you tomorrow. Yeah, it's another action-packed day. We're kicking off with, a little welcome back. And then straight into Minecraft for an hour and a bit. At 2 p.m. we'll have another RPG. I'm taking part in this one, so, tune in. So this one is a homebrew RPG based off the Apocalypse system, I believe, where everything is determined by rolling 2d6s. The name of this RPG is Monsters on a Cruise Ship, and to not spoil anything, it is a monster dating sim, essentially. You are looking to date an eligible bachelor on this luxurious cruise ship holiday. So if you want to hear us flirt badly and, all that fun business. Following Monsters on a Cruise Ship, there is Animal Crossing, where we'll be running around each other's islands and having a look around. And then after that, for Magic players or people interested in Magic, I will be joining our society's resident level 1 judge to play some Magic the Gathering Arena. And then we have some TED Talks. If you want to learn about DJ Shaq's tracks or frogs, then tune in then to learn about those. After that, there's another drawing segment. So I will be drawing or sketching out some of the chibis you guys have commissioned from me for donations. So if you have slid in your £20 donation to Stonewall and sent me references, I might be drawing your chibi tomorrow on stream. And then to close out tomorrow, we have some Jackbox to end the way we began. So yeah, we've got another full day tomorrow. Thank you so much to everyone who's donated so far. I think we've hit £500, which is absolutely amazing. Yeah, £528, just loaded it up. It's amazing. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. And yeah, all the money is going towards a great cause. Stonewall's a really important LGBT plus charity in the UK. They do a lot of work to keep laws, get rid of outdated laws, get new laws in to kind of, help LGBT people here. They do a lot of campaigning and advocating. So if you can donate, we'd be very appreciative. I think that's everything from me. Hope you have a good sleep, and I hope I see you tomorrow at 12 p.m. British Summer Time. See ya!